in this video, we're going to discuss introductions to case studies that you might find in a business class. Um, Writing a case study is similar to writing other forms of academic writing, but they have their own particular features. In this example from the Harvard Business Review, we look at the first paragraph, and the paragraph starts with an introductory sentence. Language pervades every aspect of organizational life. It touches everything. So what is the paper about? It's about language. Why is this topic important? It pervades every aspect of organizational life. So again, it begins right away to address the concerns of the audience, which in this case would be people working in a corporate organization. The next sentence begins with the word yet, which introduces a contradiction. And a contradiction is between the goal, which seems here to be something about the way language functions. Remarkably, leaders of global organizations whose employees speak a multitude of languages often pay too little attention to it. So again, it's addressed to leaders. And what's the contradiction? That it's very important, but they don't pay much attention to it. The next part, what are the consequences of not paying attention to it? As we observed in countless organizations, unrestricted multilingualism creates inefficiency even in the most dedicated and talented workforces. So the consequences of not paying attention, why is this a problem? It explains that it causes these kinds of issues. There's a citation to another work from the Harvard Business Review to support that. Citations are not used extensively, but if they are, they're used to set a framework for what are the issues and what other articles that the reader can look at to find more information about the topic. And then what's the paper going to be about? Developing a comprehensive strategy for managing language can help transform that vulnerability into a source of competitive advantage. So it's a very specific and very strong statement of what the paper is going to address. So the paper is going to make an argument for choosing a lingua franca or a common languages that could improve employees collaborate across borders. So that's the goal of the paper. However, and again, it also introduces new challenges. So the important thing, notice the grammar, the use of the word like even though, it's still more important to choose a common lingua franca, but at the same time, managers have to be aware of the challenges. So then the remainder of that second paragraph goes on to talk about some of the challenges that will be addressed. It must be balanced with the need to speak local languages, adapt to local cultures, individuals' proficiency or lack of, cloud judgments about how suitable those people are for assignments. It may undervalue or overvalue language skills. So those are a number of issues it introduces that the paper may deal with. Again, the next paragraph, we have learned more than a decade. And again, here's a citation and another citation from Robert Kaplan's Leadership on Global Organization, that language strategy is critical. So again, it emphasizes that appointment. And then as a leader, you can factor language and culture. So the paper is directly addressing its audience, the leaders of the corporation who can address this problem. So to summarize what we found in these 2 or 3 introductory paragraphs, there's information about what the paper is about, why is the topic important. There's information about the problem that the paper is going to address. Again, why is this topic or problem important? It introduces the challenges the paper will be addressed, and then the framework for discussing the paper. And so all of that is in the first couple of paragraphs. Of course, that doesn't mean every paper has all of this information or that the information is in any particular sequence within the paper, but you know exactly from the first couple of paragraphs in this example what the remainder of the paper is going to be about. So that's your goal as a writer, is to create in the introduction so that it's very easy for a manager or corporate head to pick your paper up and know where your paper is going and whether they should be reading this paper.